Welcome back to All Things Soggy Buns. Today we're diving into the world of French fries. You know,
Oh, fun.
inspired by the incredible fries they serve up at Soggy Buns. That's our favorite food truck and catering service in Maryland. So get ready for some serious fry science.
Yeah, and what's so fascinating about this is you don't actually need a deep fryer to get like a perfect crispy fry. We're looking at this article and it's really claiming that you can get that that golden crispy goodness out of an air fryer.
Okay, I'll admit when I first heard that I was a little skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
Air fryers are great for a lot of things, but I always said that deep frying was kind of the key to getting that like ultimate French fry experience.
Mm-hmm.
But this article really digs into the technique, and it's
Mm-hmm.
making me rethink my whole approach.
Yeah, it really all comes down to understanding how fat plays a role in the cooking process. The article really stresses the importance of not just adding oil at the beginning, but
Mhm.
actually tossing and recoating the fries with fat multiple times during air frying.
Huh. It's almost like giving them a little oil massage throughout the cooking process, right? But I am curious, like, does this technique change depending on the type of fry? Because this article mentions both like thick cut fries and shoestring fries.
That's a great question, and the article actually addresses that. It's interesting because both types of fries, they cook for the same amount of time in the air fryer. But the shoestring fries, they may need a little more attention, just in terms of tossing and recoating, simply because they're, smaller and more delicate.
Makes sense. Now, one thing that really caught my eye in the article was the mention of using beef tallow for frying. It's like a blast from the past.
I know, right? The article was saying that before the 1990s, like beef tallow was like the go-to fat for frying fries. And it seems like it's making a comeback, thanks in part to the, rise in popularity of air fryers. And there's a good reason for that.
So what's so special about beef tallow?
Yeah.
Like, what does it bring to the party that other fats don't?
Well, it's all about the flavor. Beef tallow adds a richness and depth of flavor that's really hard to replicate with other fats. It brings this like unique savory quality to the fries, almost like a hint of beefiness. It really just elevates the overall taste experience. And it's nostalgic.
Okay, now I'm officially craving fries.
Yeah.
And speaking of flavor, this article doesn't just stop at the fat. They go all out with some really creative seasoning ideas. Like we're talking bacon fat and beef powder, tandoori fries, and even like a special salt and pepper blend with a hint of vinegar.
Yeah, there's so much creativity in this article. It really highlights how versatile fries can be as like a canvas for flavor. You can
Mhm.
go savory, spicy, tangy. Like the possibilities are really endless.
And speaking of endless possibilities, if you're in Maryland and craving some incredible fries, look no further than Soggy Buns. They've got you covered with their amazing food truck and catering service. Be sure to check out soggybuns.com. That's buns with a Z to see their menu and locations. Okay, so now that we've kind of covered the basics of air fryer french fries, let's dive into some of those incredible flavor combinations.
Let's do it. One that really stood out to me was a combination of like bacon fat and beef powder.
Whoa! Okay, that just sounds like a flavor explosion.
Yeah,
Bacon fat and beef powder. It's like a double dose of savory goodness.
exactly. You've got that smoky richness of the bacon fat combined with the intense umami of the beef powder. I imagine these fries being like the perfect side to a juicy burger or even a steak.
Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. And they don't stop there. They also suggest experimenting with other unconventional fats, like rendered lamb fat and even chicken fat.
It's amazing how different fats can bring such unique flavor profiles. I think using those rendered animal fats really speaks to that desire to like maximize the flavor and create like a truly memorable food experience.
Like air fryer fries become a blank canvas for flavor exploration. And this article is like the roadmap,
Totally.
which brings us to another exciting flavor combination. Tandoori fries.
Ooh, yeah, those sound incredible. I can just imagine those warm, earthy spices of tandoori blending beautifully with the crispy potato. It's like a fusion of flavors that would just tantalize your taste buds.
I'm already picturing them with like a cooling yogurt dip to like balance out the spice. Such a cool idea.
Yeah, and we can't forget about the salt and pepper blend with a hint of vinegar. That sounds like such a classic flavor combination with like a tangy twist. Just a simple but effective way to elevate the taste.
It's amazing how much you can do with just an air fryer and a little culinary imagination. This article has seriously like opened my eyes to a whole new world of French fry possibilities.
Totally. That's the beauty of food. There's always something new to try, a new flavor combination to explore, like a new culinary adventure to embark on.
Speaking of culinary adventures, we'd be remiss not to circle back to our inspiration for this whole deep dive. Soggy buns. They're not just about amazing fries. They have a whole menu full of mouth-watering creations
Absolutely.
that are sure to satisfy any craving.
For sure. From their signature soggy bun creations, which we'll have to explore in another episode, to their delicious sides and unique flavor combinations. Soggy Buns is really a testament to the power of creativity and passion in the culinary world.
And for those of you listening in Maryland, you can experience it all firsthand. Be sure to track down their food truck or check out their catering options for your next gathering.
Yes, and you can find all the details on their website, soggybuns.com. That's buns with a Z. And if you do stop by their food truck, be sure to tell them the Deep Dive sent you.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive into the world of French fries, I think it's important to ask ourselves, why are we so obsessed with these crispy golden potato sticks? What is it about fries that makes them so universally beloved?
That's a good question. I think it's a combination of things. First of all, they're just undeniably delicious. That satisfying crunch, the fluffy interior, that salty, savory flavor. It's like a sensory experience that's just hard to resist.
I totally agree. They're like a comfort food, a guilty pleasure, a source of pure joy. And they evoke a sense of nostalgia for a lot of us. They remind us of childhood, of family gatherings, of simpler times.
It's funny because they can transport us back to those happy memories.
Exactly. They have that special ability to kind of evoke a sense of comfort and familiarity.
Totally.
And let's not forget how versatile they are. Fries are delicious as a side dish, a snack, or even a meal on their own.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You can pair them with just about anything. Burgers, sandwiches, hot dogs, seafood, you name it.
And the customization options are endless. You can season them, dip them, top them. There's really no limit to what you can do with a fry.
Totally. They're like a blank canvas just waiting for your culinary creativity.
Okay, speaking of culinary creativity, this deep dive has me thinking about the artistry involved in creating a truly great fry.
There's definitely more to it than meets the eye.
I mean, we've talked about the techniques, the seasonings, the different types of fats. But what makes a fry truly stand out? What elevates it from good to unforgettable?
I think it's a combination of things. First and foremost, it has to have that perfect texture. Crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. That's the foundation of a great fry.
Right, that satisfying crunch is essential.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just about the texture, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. Flavor plays a huge role as well, whether it's the natural potato flavor shining through, or a perfectly balanced seasoning blend, or even the subtle nuances imparted by the cooking fat. The taste has to be on point.
Yeah, and I think presentation matters too. A beautifully presented plate of fries can make all the difference.
Totally agree. Whether they're served in a classic paper cone, artfully arranged on a plate, or even piled high on top of a juicy burger, that visual appeal, it just adds to the whole experience.
Fries are more than just food. They're a culinary art form.
And a delicious one at that.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the wonderful world of French fries, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. Next time you enjoy a plate of fries, whether it's from a food truck like Soggy Buns or made in your own kitchen, take a moment to really savor the experience.
Yes. Appreciate the craftsmanship, the flavors, the textures, even the simple joy that a perfectly cooked fry can bring.
And if you're looking for that truly unforgettable fry experience, look no further than Soggy Buns. They've mastered the art of creating delicious, crave-worthy fries
Oh, for sure.
that are sure to satisfy.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to visit their website, soggybuns.com. That's buns with a Z, to see their full menu, locations, and catering options.
You got it.
Thanks for listening to the All Things Soggy Buns podcast. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of French fries. Until next time, happy frying.
Yeah, it really is amazing how fries can evoke that sense of nostalgia.
And you know what else? Let's not forget how versatile they are. Fries are delicious on their own, as a side dish, as a snack. I mean, they can even be a meal.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You can pair them with pretty much anything. Burgers, sandwiches, hot dogs, seafood, you name it.
And the customization options are just endless.
Mhm.
You can season them, you can dip them, you can top them.
Right.
There's really no limit to what you can do with a fry.
Yeah, they're like a blank canvas for your culinary creativity.
Speaking of culinary creativity, this whole deep dive has got me thinking about the artistry. That goes into making a truly great fry.
Yeah. There's definitely more to it than meets the eye.
I mean, we've talked about the techniques, the different seasonings, the different types of fats you can use. But what is it? What is it that makes a fry truly stand out? What elevates it from good to unforgettable?
I think it's a combination of factors. First and foremost, it has to have that perfect texture. You know, that crispy outside and fluffy inside. That's like the foundation of any good fry.
Right, you got to have that crunch, but it
Mhm.
can't just be about the texture, right?
No, definitely not. Flavor plays a huge role, whether it's the natural potato flavor that shines through, or a perfectly balanced seasoning blend, or even those subtle nuances that come from the fat that you cook them in. The flavor has to be on point.
I think presentation matters too. Like a beautifully presented plate of fries can really make a difference.
Oh, for sure. Whether they're served in like a classic paper cone, or they're kind of like artfully arranged on a plate, or even piled high on top of a juicy burger, like that visual appeal definitely adds to the whole experience.
It's like fries are more than just food. They're like a culinary art form.
And a delicious one at that.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into this world of French fries,
Hmm.
I want to leave our listeners with a final thought. The next time you're enjoying a plate of fries, whether it's from a food truck like Soggy Buns,
Yeah.
or if you made them at home, just take a moment to really savor the experience.
Yeah. Appreciate the craftsmanship, the flavor, the texture, the simple joy that a perfectly cooked fry can bring.
And if you are looking for the truly unforgettable fry experience, you know where to go. Soggy Buns. They have absolutely mastered the art of creating delicious, crave-worthy fries that will for sure satisfy you.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to visit their website, soggybuns.com. That's B-U-N-Z with a Z. You can find their full menu, locations, and catering options.
You got it.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of The Deep Dive. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of French fries. Until next time, happy frying.